A 70-ton tank is stuck in the mud, tracks spinning uselessly, engines screaming at full power. The crew cannot move forward, cannot move back, cannot do anything but wait. In a combat zone, this is not just an inconvenience. It is a death sentence. Enemy forces are closing in. Air support cannot help. Infantry cannot help. The only thing that can save that tank and its crew is another machine. Something bigger, something tougher. An armored recovery vehicle. Machines with over 2,500 horsepower. Winches capable of pulling 140 tons. Cranes that lift entire turrets. Mobile workshops that rebuild tanks under fire. Today, we explore 6 of the most impressive recovery vehicles ever built. The American Hercules family, the German Buffel and Leopard ARV, the Russian Brem 1, and the French Leclerc recovery system. Here is the fundamental problem these vehicles solve. Modern main battle tanks are incredibly heavy. The American M1 Abrams weighs 70 tons fully loaded. The German Leopard 2 weighs 65 tons. The British Challenger 2 weighs 75 tons. When these machines break down, get stuck, or take damage, you cannot call a civilian tow truck. You need something that can pull that weight through the same terrain the tank was navigating. And in a combat zone, you need something that can do all of this while protecting its crew from the same threats that disabled the tank. The M88A2 Hercules represents the peak of American recovery vehicle technology. When you first see the Hercules in person, the scale is almost impossible to process. This machine is 27 feet long, nearly 12 feet wide, and weighs 70 tons empty. That is the same weight as the M1 Abrams tank it recovers. The reason for that weight is simple physics. You cannot pull 70 tons if you only weigh 30. The pulling vehicle would drag itself toward the stuck vehicle instead of the other way around. The Hercules needs all that mass for traction and stability. The heart of the Hercules is its winching system. The primary winch uses a 300-foot steel cable and can pull 70 tons in a straight line. The secondary winch adds another 35 tons of capacity. But here is where the engineering gets clever. The Hercules can anchor itself using a massive spade at the rear. This curved steel blade digs into the ground and turns the vehicle into a fixed anchor point. With the spade fully deployed, combined pulling capacity exceeds 140 tons. The engine is an AVDS 1790 8CR twin-turbo diesel producing 1,050 horsepower. More importantly, it produces over 3,000 pound-feet of torque at low RPM. This machine is designed for relentless, unstoppable pulling force. The crane mounted on top can lift 35 tons at close range, enough to pull an entire turret off a damaged tank or lift engine packs weighing over 3,000 pounds. I find it incredible how much thought went into crew safety. The hull is armored against 14.5 mm rounds and artillery fragments. There is a complete NBC protection system. Automatic fire suppression can extinguish internal fires in under 2 seconds. The vehicle can wade through water up to 60 inches deep without preparation. The U.S. Army operates over 500 Hercules vehicles. They have served in every conflict since the Gulf War. In Iraq, Hercules crews recovered hundreds of Abrams tanks damaged by IEDs. Without them, those tanks would have been abandoned or destroyed. With them, crews and equipment came home safely. The M88A3 represents the next evolution of this platform. The A3 variant addresses a growing challenge. Modern tanks keep getting heavier as armor packages expand and electronic systems multiply. The M1A2 SEPV3 Abrams approaches 75 tons. The Hercules needed more capability to keep pace. The M88A3 upgrade includes a more powerful engine producing 1,200 horsepower. The main winch capacity increases to 80 tons continuous pull. The hydraulic systems are completely redesigned for faster operation and greater reliability. The crane receives upgraded motors that allow smoother control during precise lifts. The A3 also incorporates improved diagnostics. Modern recovery operations often involve determining whether a tank can be repaired in the field or needs evacuation. The A3 carries diagnostic equipment that can connect to damaged tanks and read fault codes, helping crews make informed decisions quickly. What really impresses me about the A3 program is the philosophy behind it. Rather than designing an entirely new vehicle, the Army chose to upgrade existing Hercules chassis. This maintains commonality with the existing fleet, reduces training requirements, and leverages decades of operational experience. Sometimes the best engineering is knowing when not to start over. Now let us look at what Germany built to support their Leopard 2 fleet. The Panzer III Buffel combines Leopard 2 mobility with comprehensive recovery capability. The name means buffalo in German, and it is perfectly appropriate. The Buffel is built on the Leopard 2 chassis, sharing the same hull construction, engine, suspension, and running gear. This means it can keep pace with the tanks it supports and uses the same fuel, lubricants, and many spare parts. The engine is the MTU MB873KA501, a twin-turbo diesel V12, producing 1,500 horsepower. That makes the Buffel one of the most powerful recovery vehicles in the world, with a power-to-weight ratio of nearly 28 horsepower per ton. Maximum road speed is 68 kilometers per hour, significantly faster than most recovery vehicles. The main winch pulls 35 tons continuously, increased to 70 tons through pulley systems. But the Buffel adds something the Hercules lacks: a front-mounted dozer blade 3.6 meters wide that can clear obstacles, fill holes, create ramps, or push stuck vehicles while the winch pulls from behind. Having both capabilities makes recovery operations significantly faster. Here is something most people do not know. The Buffel carries a complete tool set for Leopard 2 maintenance. Hydraulic jacks capable of lifting track sections, complete track repair kits, spare road wheels, idler wheels, and drive sprockets, air compressors, and welding equipment. A Buffel crew can perform extensive field repairs without external support. The German Bundeswehr operates about 100 Buffels. In NATO exercises, crews regularly demonstrate recovering a disabled Leopard 2 in under 20 minutes, even under simulated combat conditions. The Leopard 2 armored recovery vehicle represents the latest German thinking on battlefield recovery. While the Buffel handles heavy lifting, the Leopard 2 ARV focuses on rapid recovery and towing operations. It uses the same Leopard 2 chassis, but with a different equipment configuration optimized for speed. The ARV carries a lighter crane but maintains the powerful winch system. The emphasis is on quickly hooking up disabled tanks and getting them moving, either under tow or using the ARV's power to pull them out of immediate danger. In modern combat, speed often matters more than raw lifting capacity. The ARV includes advanced diagnostic equipment for the Leopard 2's electronic systems. Modern tanks are as much computers as mechanical systems, and understanding what has failed is often the first step in recovery. The ARV crew can determine whether a tank needs repair, towing, or full evacuation to a maintenance facility. Germany and other NATO nations that operate the Leopard 2 use both the Buffel and ARV in complementary roles. The ARV handles routine recoveries and rapid battlefield clearance. The Buffel tackles heavy lifting and complex field repairs. Together, they keep Leopard 2 formations combat effective. Russian recovery philosophy is fundamentally different. The Brem 1 reflects Russian military thinking. Where Americans and Germans build complex, expensive systems, Russians focus on simplicity, reliability, and numbers. The Brem 1 is tough, effective, easy to maintain, and Russia has produced thousands of them. The name Brem translates roughly to Armored Recovery and Repair Vehicle. That designation tells you something important. This is not just a recovery vehicle. It is a mobile repair shop designed to keep tanks fighting rather than dragging them away. The Brem 1 is based on the T-72 chassis, strategically important because the T-72 and its variants make up the majority of Russian tank forces and have been exported worldwide. Using the same chassis means maintenance crews familiar with T-72 operations can easily work on the Brem 1. The dimensions are compact by Western standards. Combat weight is 41 tons, significantly lighter than Western equivalents. The engine is a V84 MS diesel producing 840 horsepower. The main winch pulls 25 tons, increased to approximately 75 tons, using pulley systems and the anchoring spade. What makes the Brem 1 interesting is its emphasis on field repair. It carries welding equipment, including both electric arc welding and gas-cutting torches. The crew can cut through steel armor, weld patches over holes, and perform structural repairs that Western vehicles focused on recovery rather than repair simply cannot do. Russia has produced over 1,500 Brem-1 vehicles since the 1980s. They have been exported extensively to countries operating T-72 tanks. In current conflicts, Brem-1 vehicles have been documented recovering damaged tanks from active battlefields, often under direct enemy fire. France developed something entirely different for their Leclerc fleet. The Leclerc DNG and DCL take a unique approach to recovery operations. France operates the Leclerc main battle tank, one of the most sophisticated tanks in the world. The Leclerc uses a unique hydropneumatic suspension, an auto-loading main gun, and advanced integrated electronics. Recovering a Leclerc requires understanding these specific systems. The DNG weighs 48 tons and uses a modified Leclerc chassis. The engine is the remarkable SACM V8X 1500 Hyperbar, producing 1,500 horsepower through a unique constant pressure supercharging system. This engine performs exceptionally well at high altitudes, important because France operates in mountainous regions. The main winch pulls 35 tons, increased to 70 tons with mechanical advantage. The crane lifts 30 tons with excellent reach and positioning. There is a front-mounted dozer blade similar to the German Buffel. What makes the French system unique is its diagnostic capability. The DNG and DCL carry portable computer systems that connect directly to a Leclerc's electronic control units. Crews can read fault codes, view real-time system status, and often identify problems without opening any panels. Even more impressively, many issues can be resolved through software updates performed directly from the recovery vehicle. In an era when tanks have as many electronic systems as modern aircraft, this capability is invaluable. So let us bring this together. We have seen 6 different approaches to the same fundamental problem. The American Hercules family with overwhelming power and crew protection, the German Buffel and ARV combining mobility with comprehensive repair capability, the Russian Brem-1 focusing on simplicity and field repair, and the French DNG with advanced electronics integration. Every one of these machines represents thousands of hours of engineering work. Every design decision reflects lessons from real combat operations, real recoveries that succeeded or failed, real crews who needed something and did not have it. These vehicles do not get the glory. Tank commanders and fighter pilots get recognition, but every armored unit commander knows what recovery vehicles represent. They are the difference between a disabled tank being abandoned and that same tank fighting again the next day. They are hope on tracks. I spent hours researching these machines. If you want to keep discovering the world's most extreme vehicles, subscribe and join this community. We go where other channels do not go. Tell me in the comments. Did you know these vehicles existed before watching this video? Have you seen one in action? If you have served with these machines, I want to hear your stories. These recovery vehicles exist for the worst moment of a tank crew's deployment, when everything has gone wrong. In that moment, the recovery vehicle is the rescue, the lifeline, the way home. That is what these machines represent. Not glamour, not glory, just the ability to bring soldiers and equipment home when nothing else can.